Hey, happy Saturday, everybody. I'm not quite ready. I got the gesso on the back of my canvas, but I'm trying to get logged in here to the live stream. There I am. Okay. I like that. I got this new thumbnail maker. Looks they come out looking pretty cool. Uh, all right, I'm on. I got the volume down. How's it going, everybody? Let me change my hat. Let me put my art hat on. My art and music hat. I kind of fixed up the corner here a little bit, finally. Made some more room. It's not the way I want it yet. The whole room is eventually going to be an art studio. And then, and music. I'll have my guitar amps in here and guitars. So I gessoed the back of this canvas with black. And I'll show you, if you haven't seen this before, what it does. It tightens up the canvas. You hear that? See how tight that is now? This canvas was really flimsy when I bought it from Michael's. And now when you put gesso on the back, it really tightens the canvas up, okay? It also keeps the light from getting through the back. That's why I do it, because when I go out and sell my paintings in the sunlight and the sun shines through the back, it kind of makes the painting look a little weird. So I started putting gesso on the back. It's mixed down with water quite a bit. You don't have to do it. I just do it because I sell out in sunlight, and it really does make a difference. I hung the world up there, floating around. That looks pretty cool. All right, so today I'm just gonna have fun. I want to do one like I'm gonna do a painting like similar to the one that's up there on the wall, like that. So that's gonna be the style I'm after this afternoon, and that's a 14. That's a 14 by 14 uh, canvas. I left it blank because I wanted to show you how I sketch it in and everything. I mean, if you can't stick around for too long, that's fine. You can watch it later. I'll upload it when I'm done. Let me get a pencil here. This one will work. You could use a charcoal pencil or graphite. If you're using like neon colors that are really light, I'd be careful on how much you sketch your painting out, because the lines will show through the paint. So let's see what I'm going to do here. You know what I have an idea of doing down the road? Like, I'm thinking about, you know where the sky is up there? Like, put a shape in there, like either maybe a state or a country, and then the country will be the sky, and then trees all around it. So I'm not going to do it today because I'm gonna put a low horizon here. Uh, we'll just put a low horizon here because I'm gonna have trees all around in here and just kind of build an open center for the sky here. So I'm just gonna kind of put in some trees here. I'm gonna probably let's run some hills in this one. Run a hill here and a hill here. There we go. That looks cool. All right, so there's just going to be trees all. I'm going to try and shape it so it's kind of like round up here. So I'm going to start just like putting shapes up here. That'll be like the edges of trees here. That's about all you need. This will all be sky in here. Some light blue and maybe white clouds at the bottom, just kind of like that other one. And today I'll run actually maybe a tree trunk up here and here, so it, and then run some branches up in those trees. I think that's all about what I, now let's put all the bushes in too. So I'll have, I'm going to have some bushes on top of this hill. Maybe some small bushes here. And we'll put some bushes down here. And there we go. And then of course I'll have some trees in here. I just don't want to put them in yet. There we go. There's the sketch. Kind of simple, but it's going to come out cool. Don't worry. I really like that so far. It's let me get my paint going now. Sorry I don't have everything out because I set the live stream for 12:25, and then I hadn't eaten yet. So, but it'll only take a second to put. I'm going to put almost every color out here. It won't take that long. So hopefully you're doing good today. So I'll be using yellow ochre, some cobalt blue, Prussian blue, I'm going to mix everything on my palette. So I'm just laying the colors out. Sap green, of course. A little bit of Mars black to make some gray, I think I'll need. Burnt umber and white and black. That's about it. That's all you need. Earth tones. Oh, I'm going to use, I got a little bit of Algerian crimson left. I'm going to use that instead of red. I was having a hard time making purple with red and blue. I think the Algerian Crimson works a lot better when you're mixing. I'm also going to put a little bit of brilliant blue. So I have 3 tones of blue. Cobalt, brilliant blue, and Prussian blue. All right, I'm ready. I'm looking for my burnt umber. That's all right. I can make brown easy enough. All right, let me get started here. Let's see. Kimberly, how you doing? Thanks. Sorry it's taking so long to get going here. I didn't have my paint on the palette yet. I got it all down here now, just all earth tones. I'm ready to go. This is a totally different style that I'm not used to doing this style. But I kind of like it. There we go. I found some burnt umber. I'm using, this will be Winsor Newton burnt umber. It's the viscosity's kind of low, but I'll mix something in there with it. Kimberly, are you an artist? Arthur, how you doing? This I don't like already. I got too much of a circle here, so I'm gonna try and extend some of these trees out more, like into the center, like that. There we go. That's all you got to do. I'm gonna start with the grass today. All I have is 3 hills here. I'll do yellow, light green, and dark green here. So I'm just gonna lay the first coat of paint down first, and then I'll work from there. So this I want a really light green. So the way I do it, I'll just take a little yellow and then grab a little sap green, just a little, and put a little sap green in there. It's more on the yellow side, but I want it like really light back here in the distance. I'm trying to use mostly paint. I don't want a wet brush today. So I'm going to make this a little darker now, the next hill, by just adding some more sap green in there. Try not to use a wet brush if you're doing this style. My brush is still a little wet from, I just pulled it out of the can. But I'm going to put more colors on top of this. And for here, I'm going to make it a dark green. I got sap green here. I'm going to add, I'm going to try a little bit of cobalt blue in it. it's going to really change the color of that green. Uh, it's going to make it a different type of green, but I think it'll look cool in this painting. It'll be like a bluish green, but I want it to be dark because it's going to be trees here, so I want the grass to have some shadows in it down here. I should be putting a little glaze in my painting, my paint. Little cobalt blue. There we go. All right. I'll probably put some Van Gogh type trees in here. I'm going to lighten up the distance here. Some white. And I'm going to lighten up this hill up here a little bit. I'm just using white. I'm going to lighten up some stuff on this hill as well, just to get some different tones in there. Cool. All right, that looks good. Let me blend this in a little here. I'm not used to this style. I just started doing this style the other day, so it's really different for me. This is more of a, well, this I used fluorescent colors. I usually do more of like a realistic paintings. So this one's kind of different today. I'm going to use blue on these. I think these are going to be like maybe hills back here. A light blue. I'm going to use I think that's ultramarine blue with some white in it. A little red in it. Alizarin crimson. Make it like purple. trying to put the paint on heavy today. I'm not using any water. There we go. So down here, I'm going to make a light blue now with blue and white. I'm just going to put the sky in real quick with a light blue. Just using brush strokes. I'm going to fill it in with all light blue, and then I'll put some different shades of blue in there. It's mostly going to be clouds around the bottom section. I'm going to have clouds bellowing up down here. These are all trees surrounding. I know it doesn't look like much right now, but it'll start taking shape. That's what's cool about this art, this style. It takes a while for it to start looking decent, you know. All right, there's my sky. I put it in all one color because then I can add more to it here in a second. Wow. Oh, there's yeah, art's kind of fun. It's good to relax, I know that. Does your brainstem injury prevent you from like holding a brush or something? The way this painting's going to come out, I'm going to put different colors in the trees, like purple, some green, some yellow, all different colors all around, pinks. Uh, it's not going to be a traditional landscape for sure. It's all about having fun with the colors, you know. So I think I'll go with the bright colors over here, and then start throwing more purples and browns over on this side. So let me start with this clump right here. I call them clumps. So right here, I'm going to mix a little bit of, we'll try some yellow ochre with a little of that sap green. And a little ultramarine blue. Maybe a little white. It's like a light green. all these colors could change, you know, it depends. I add a little yellow in there at the top just to see what happens. There we go. All right, now sap green and yellow. A little bit of darker green there. Might add a little blue to that. I'm just trying to get a bunch of different tones of green up here. I think I'm going to put yellow, a light yellow green up top there. Yeah, I'm going to add a little blue to it now. There we go. See how we got different colors of green there? That's looking pretty good. It's not. There's going to be a lot more colors in there too. Trust me. I'm going to put like some purples and blues in there. So the other side, I actually want to have some like maybe yellow, oranges, and then purple down here at the bottom, more in the shady part here. So yesterday I was having a hard time mixing purple because I was using red, but today I have Algerian crimson. Let's try and make a cool purple out of this Algerian crimson. I'm going to use ultramarine blue. A little white. Oh yeah, there we go. That's a nice purple. I might use that in the middle section here. Yeah, that's I like that purple better. So I'm going to get a little lighter up top now. Just add a little white to it. And you'll get like a lighter purple. pretty much just playing around with the tones. When you add white to a color, that changes the tone. Pretty sure. So up here, I want to get a little more lighter near the top where maybe the sun would be hitting. So I'm going to put a like an orange color up there. So I'm going to mix a little yellow into this purple here and see if it turns like an orangey color. Let's see what, yeah, just like that. It's like a spring color. It's not the brightest orange, but I'm going from green to colors over here in a circle. And I'll put dark add a little green to it now for this back section here. It's almost like fall colors as well. But with spring here, I live in Seattle. Everything's like really getting colorful now. Cool. That's looking good. It's looking really cool. So this, I want to have this really dark in here. So it's mostly going to be the Alzerian Crimson color with a little white. It's like a reddish color down here. I think next time I do this style, I'll use some flow aid because I'm trying not to use water because but I need something to make the brush strokes a little tighter. There we go. Wow. So I kind of like that red. I'm going to put red bushes down here with that same color because I like that color. And I want to like even the red up. So I'm just going to make some red bushes down here. Maybe turn them purple right here. Add a little blue. It's all about just mixing colors and changing the tones as you go. There we go. I'm going to hit this with a little white while it's wet. Just on the top part. There we go. It's really coming out pretty good. The trees I'm going to actually make really dark, so they'll stand out. Everything I put in the foreground is going to be a darker color, so it's going to look pretty good. Let me put my clouds in real quick. So I clean my brush and I try and dry it up, so because I don't want any water. I don't want too much water. If you need to use water, I mean, go ahead and do it, but I'm trying to put the paint on pretty heavy. I'm just going to have clouds bellowing up from the horizon here. Do do ba da ba. There we go. Some clouds there. Let me put one kind of in here a little bit. Like a distant cloud there. There we go. It's looking pretty good, guys. I really like this. Yeah, if you can't stick around, that's fine. I'll Chris Batstone art. Right on. My dad helped me to do art. Cool. Chris asked what I was trying to do. I'm trying to do a landscape here with different colors. Okay. And I'm going to start building on top of all these colors now. I'll give you an example. I'll mix a little white and green, sap green. There's so many different tones of green you can get. You know, it's unbelievable. And I'm just going to be adding different tones of greens on top of all these other greens. Some purples, you know. Got my world hanging here. So I got some members. I got a couple members. I'm gonna put a pin in the country that they're from. I'm gonna try and add some light to this clump of trees here. Uh, All your life you never seen woman. I'm really liking this. I'm gonna put a dark green down here. No, dark purple. I'm gonna mix some more Algerian crimson. This time I'm gonna use Prussian blue. You'll get like this crazy looking purple. Look at that with Prussian blue to make some shadows down here. Uh, Look how dark that purple is. Doesn't that look cool? So I'm going to use some of this dark purple for these bushes over here. That was Prussian blue and Algerian crimson. And I'm just going to make some hints of bushes on this hill here. Nothing special. It's all about color, this painting. It's all about colors. You could take some of this dark purple and add it into this red here and highlight some dark spots on top with it like this, just to add more tone in there. We'll take a little bit of white now for the very top part of these bushes, just to hit it with some light. See that? You can actually add a little white in here too. And these could either be bushes or rocks. They almost look like rocks to me. Wow. So I'm going to use uh, probably brown, I'm thinking. I'll see a dark color and put some trees on this hill and put some trees on this hill. I kind of like that purple. I'm going to mix that purple again and add some blue to it. And then I'll put a row of trees coming down this hill. So Prussian blue, Alzerian crimson, and I think I'll just lighten it up with white. It's the same purple, but I just made it lighter. We'll put a row of trees coming down this hill here. Just brush it. I'm just brushing it in. They're distant trees. And then I want to have a few shrubs down here. There we go. Very good. It's coming out pretty good for it's all about color. Just putting some shadows in down here. I want this really dark in here. Wow. I think it's time for I think I'm gonna put a Van Gogh tree right into here, right in the foreground. This is where the painting will come together once I get something in the foreground. Oh, everybody came back. I was like the only one in here. Kimberly, Tacoma, Southern California. Georgia, okay. I'll call you Miss Kimberly if you're from Georgia. I don't know if Chris came back. Chris, this is just a landscape with a bunch of colors, and it's not a traditional landscape, obviously. It's about shapes and colors. But once I put the trees in here, then it all makes sense. I think I want to put a little hint of snow on those hills back there because they almost look like mountains now. And it's really easy to do. Just put a little white up there. There we go. Now it looks like there's snow on those mountains. Really simple. I'm gonna run a trail from way back here and bring it forward. I'll show you how I do it. I'll use this type of knife, and I'll run a trail from way back here, maybe from here. I have to use blue though today, or maybe the purple. I think the purple will show up better on this yellow. Just put a straight line. And then bring that line back this way a little, and back this way. And then down into this valley here. So it looks like a trail coming from way back here. There we go. That looks kind of cool. A little darker, but hopefully it'll soak in a little. I usually use a lighter color for that. Let me kind of rub it down a little. There we go. That looks a little better. It's a little strong, but I'm thinking that'll soak into the yellow and it'll kind of fade out a little. If it doesn't, I'll brush it with yellow over the top of it again, and it'll fade that out a little bit. All right, it's time for something in the foreground, I think. This Kim, okay. All right, you like this, yeah? Good. Yeah, I'm starting to like it too a little bit. I think I want to run like a tree trunk up into here eventually, and one over here. But I want to put a like a Van Gogh evergreen tree somewhere in here, maybe over the top. Yeah, over this color here. Ba-da-ba. All right, let me get my fan brush going. It's time to put something in the foreground. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to mix, this is sap green right here. It might be dark enough, but the viscosity is low, so I'm going to add a little black to it, just a little black. Because I want it to cover. It's got to cover over all these colors, so it's got to be dark. You can always lighten it up. And I want to put a tree right on the edge here. And I want it to be like a Van Gogh type evergreen tree. There we go. I don't know why I was stamping it in. I wanted to brush it in like this. Because I do different types of trees. Sometimes I'll stamp it in, but I wanted to brush this one in like that. That way I can add more colors to it. There we go. Look at that. Now we got something in the foreground. That really looks cool. Looks really cool. Let me fix it up. I don't know why I stamped it in like that. That's how I do the some of the other trees I do, but I wanted to like brush this one in so I could, you know, put highlights on it. All right, that looks a little better. I'm going to let it dry and I'm going to put a light green on this side. So now I need something over here on this side. Uh, I think I'm going to put a few smaller trees here. Do 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 do. So I mixed. I'm not sure if I'm gonna like this green, but I'm gonna have to let that dry for a little bit. That looks pretty good. It's a different type of green. I mixed Prussian blue and sap green together with some white in it. But I want this to be really bright green, almost like almost like a neon type color. I don't know what color to make these trunks. I think I'm just gonna put white in here. Then I can change up the color a little bit. Boo-doo-boo. It's definitely different. It's a different style than what I'm used to, but I think it'll sell. I always say that because I hang these at, I live in Seattle, and I hang these at a couple places here in town, and I just have the people pay me with Venmo. They just take the one they want, and then they just send the money in my Venmo. So it's kind of cool. So if you're gonna like, if you're gonna do art, obviously you want to sell it, right? So you got to find a place to sell it. You could sell it anywhere, at restaurants, coffee shops. If you know anybody that owns a business, I'm still wet. I put a lot of paint on that, but let me mix the yellow up. I mean, a green. I want a light green, like a bluish. Let me see if this is going to work. There we go. That's the green I want, I think. Still a little wet underneath, so now I gotta let that dry and hit it again. But that's pretty good green there. do 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 do. I went to work early this morning at 5 a.m. My brush is kind of crooked. Some birds up there. All right. I'm not sure if do you guys like this one? Valerie, how you doing? I think I want to put a dark uh, tree going up here over all this green. So it'll be actually come from the bottom straight up here. Uh, I'm going to mix some burnt umber and black. Now this, I don't care if it's a little wet. I kind of wet my brush a little bit. I want to put I think I'm going to go over this white a little bit, but I want uh, it's called birch tree. It's going to look really good. Uh, because it's going to be in the foreground. And then I'll be able to put on some bark on it. There we go. Yeah. Okay. See how that came all the way into the front now? So when that dries, I'll put some bark on it, probably with pink. We'll keep it colorful. I'm trying to make this one colorful. Wow. I, the thing I like the best is the mountains, the clouds, and the sky. I'm not sold on all the trees and stuff yet. because it's really not my style of painting, you know. This, I do more traditional art like this if you're new to the channel. See, it's more realistic is what I usually do. Oh, you know what? I think I know what I need to do to make this a little better. Because I'm trying to make the trees look perfect, and you don't have to. This kind of like impressionism. So what I'm gonna do, because I think it needs some more trees in here with some shadows. Let's see. Let's just add another one in here and see what happens. Just a small one right here. The shadow. There we go. Yeah, I like that. Okay, now it's coming together. You put these shadows in here, it looks kind of cool. Put a shadow from this tree. Those shadows really make a difference. It adds a lot to it. I think this is dry enough. Now I'm going to put some bark on there. I'll mix alizarin crimson and red or white. Be like a pinkish color. That's what's cool about painting. You just got to keep going until you get it the way you want it. Sometimes they take time, sometimes they're easy. Look at that. Wow. That looks really cool now. I like the shadow there. Hey, I got one like already. Hey, right on. If you guys like it, you gotta close the chat and then hit the thumbs up on the other page. Then you got to come back to the chat. It's kind of tricky. I know people think that heart is a like, but I thought it was too, but it's really not. All right, let me lighten up this tree now. Boo doo boo doo boo doo boo. I think I need some bushes down here now. These all kind of turned into like, you know, dirt or something. They don't even look like bushes. Uh, yeah. Let me put a. I'm gonna put a bush in front of this tree here. With, I think I'll try pink. Let's see what happens here. Pink bush. Then I'll have to highlight it with some dark color here. Do 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 do. I think I'm running out of steam, guys. Where are we at? An hour and 20 minutes. Wow. I think I'm gonna have to finish this one up later. Let me put some hints of sunlight in here. Pretty cool. All right, guys, I think I'm going to have to finish this up on my own. It's already, I usually only go an hour and 10 minutes, and I'm already at an hour and 20 minutes. But thanks for coming in today and watching this. Something different. Still needs some work. I'll have to figure something out. But it's taking shape. Thanks, everybody. Thanks, Miss Kim. You guys have a good one. Yeah, I'll put the finished painting on the community page. You know how to get there to the community page? Just go to my channel and you'll see, hit community, and you'll see all the finished paintings I've done. I put them on there. But I still got to work on this for at least another hour before it gets to the point where I like it. But it's looking pretty good. Thanks, everybody. Make sure you subscribe so you get notified next time I do a live. Thanks, everybody. Cheers.